everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick peek here at each mobile cloud on ICP chart and a lot of other things too. So stick around, make sure you watch throughout the video, and also do me a favor, like, subscribe, follow before we get started. Greatly appreciate that. Really helps grow the channel and gets this in front of more people so they can learn how not to get destroyed by the market. So I am a technical advisor, technical analysis, not a financial advisor. I do love to teach people to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to learn a lot more, cryptocash.tech is a site. I have trade signals. We took some nice profit here on Filecoin, 82% in 6 days. XRP 12 hours, 45%. That was an awesome trade yesterday. Fetch.ai 52, ICP 28%. We are shorting ICP complete. Full disclosure, just so you know. It's definitely a coin that is tumultuous, but right now it's obviously within a channel, and it just makes sense to go ahead and consider holding that position open. I'll explain why I say that here, and obviously provide some facts that are with that. But again, you want to learn to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site. We do also offer Trading University, which actually is a reason why you probably want to join, just because it does provide you with some good foundational knowledge of how things work as a trader. Now again, I'm a little bit more of a swing trader, so if you're just like a day trading scalping person, you're not going to get you're going to get a lot from this, don't get me wrong, but not in the sense of just like, I know what I need to do to scalp. I cover a lot of that in my Trading University because I used to day trade, but these are more so swing trade related scenarios here. In other words, if you understand the macro, everything else just gets that much easier. So it does influence positively your day trading. It's just not going to be the solution to get in and get out and in a 15-minute time frame. Okay, please note that as well. But if you like to make money consistently, check it out. Okay, so $13, $14. This is kind of all over the place. This is one of the most unique liquidation charts I typically see, just because it seems to be like people are either shorting or longing almost at the exact same rate. So we got heavy concentration here at about 1040. Down below, we're closer to that price action than we are upwards of $13. So just know we could see one more liquidity sweep to the downside as low as $9. I have some limit orders in that range myself personally, so we will see what happens. But I think ICP has some good potential to do very well here. Just it's going to take a little while. So let's talk about that. First of all, we're below this point of control. So we look at this. I've talked about this previously. That's why we closed our long position here and opened a short, because of the simple fact that $13 between 13 and 13.50, super heavy amount of concentration of volume. That volume works as a support. That's basically a key level that you want to recognize. A lot of times you can get rejections off those ranges. We didn't get a rejection to the downside. It continued past that. Now we can presume that that's going to be a resistance level moving forward. Okay, is that the reason why we opened the short? No, it just helped give us confirmation, right? And trading with confirmation increases your odds of success. We're getting closer to 30 on the RSI on the daily time frame, which is generally speaking a common place for the price to bounce. I'm not saying it's going to, but that's usually what happens. So again, one more leg down to this 950 range, somewhere there, and I think there's a solid chance we're going to see a bounce. However, between now and then, we can see everything's shifting downwards. MACD is diverging, and stochastics even trying to diverge for a second time. That's usually a cause for concern. Okay, so this little this thumbs down is still valid, at least on the daily. Let's see if the 4-hour shifted any momentum here. Let's double check this. We can see that we got this 30 on the RSI, where the price action is kind of hanging out close to that. That really just implies that the price could essentially continue higher, but it also lets us know we're truly bearish. We have a second stochastic swing to the downside, not a good look. MACD is trying to converge, but we haven't yet. Even if we do get a convergence, we got to confirm other factors are present. We can kind of see a range-bound scenario here, where the price action is trying to break free from this descending trend. Okay, now you could argue that we had the same exact thing here, right? Which we kind of did. So range-bound activity is exactly that until it breaks an upper or lower range. So we need to establish higher highs or higher lows somewhere along the lines in order to have any confidence in this range-bound activity. Okay, range-bound activity is nice though, because you can buy low, sell high, and keep doing so until it breaks that range. Problem with it is a lot of people do that and they don't use other confirming factors, and they get destroyed because they leverage too high. Use low leverage and low position size, folks. I can tell you it's going to be a lifesaver. So take a look at the hourly. Let's quickly note this here and call it a day, because I want to make this quite simple for you and help you understand generally where we're at. Because again, we're range bound, and when range bound activity occurs, you need to look at a couple of things. Or you want to look at things differently, but also just pay attention to what happens next. So again, these are 4-hour candlestick closures, so this isn't going to be exact. But the general consensus here is that 1090 upwards of 1160 or 1170 is that range we keep working within. But as you can see here, we're establishing lower lows, and and tentative lower highs. This is a higher low here so far, so I'm not really super sold on it. In fact, you could even argue this is a the beginning of a bullish, or sorry, a bearish divergence here. I try not to get too crazy with that. People in my community will just get super out of I wouldn't say out of control, but just generally speaking, people do this in general, where they rely too heavy on candlestick patterns. So try not to get too bought into patterns that are bullish when the entire chart is bearish. That doesn't really help you very much. I proved that with Bitcoin here recently, where most people were thinking it's inverse head and shoulders in the 4 hour, which it was. But everything else was bearish, and there's no reason to consider opening a long until you get confirmation. The reason why I'm saying that here is that we are effectively in this range, and until we break it, we cannot presume it's going to continue higher. Same thing here as well. We're stuck below the cloud. This is a key takeaway here, that the upper and lower lead are working as resistances for this here. So the best case scenario for us, just to give you perspective, what I look for in confirmation is to get above a couple of things. First of all, a closure above this previous support / turned resistance at 1190. Okay, we want to be above that. That would put us naturally above the cloud, which would give us confirmation. The conversion line would be above the baseline here. Lag and span would be free and clear of the price action. It would be a win-win on all fronts. Minus the 4 hour and the daily time frame. That's why we reanalyze when we take a trade, right? We don't just jump in because these conditions are met. There's other ones we need to look at. I know it seems kind of crazy, but like if you have like a specific set of rules when you trade, you're going to find yourself to be much more successful. Now again, this is not a brag at all, but last month we had 100% accuracy and we took trades on confirmation. Granted, we didn't take a ton of trades, but most trades we took were highly successful. In fact, every trade we took was highly successful. This month we have 1 stop loss and 1 trade we closed early. One of those trades was that ICP long I discussed, and we've made up the difference with the ICP short here to offset that amount. Okay, so again, it's not a ton. 20% is good. That I think it was pretty close to the same amount of loss on the way down. But either way you look at it, you got to be careful and cautious, folks. You don't just jump into trades arbitrarily. Right now, this is confirming every reason as to why we shouldn't take a long. Now, is this telling us to take a short? The answer is no. Lag and span is not free and clear of the price action. Conversion lines jumping up and down between the baseline, and those are generally construed as non-confirmational signs. Basically, just letting us know that you should have closed your short in profit, which we've already done, by the way. We've got we've taken 80% profit on that trade. We're letting the rest ride because that's just generally what you do with the continuation of a downtrend. Granted, you can close that if you want, but we adjust our stop loss to break even. Price comes up, stops us out. We still walk away with a decent amount of profit. Okay? Those are the strategies that you need to have when you're doing these kind of things here. So I hope that you can continue to learn from this video and other videos too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. ICP is obviously tradable on Bitunix, which is our favorite exchange, because there's no KYC or VPN. Use the link below if you want some decent rewards. They're a phenomenal exchange. We highly recommend utilizing them, and just they've been great to our community. So thank you to Bitunix for awesome opportunities. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, though. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one.